Hey, welcome to the next update. I'm standing in my son's room. You can see behind me, obviously, all the closet and stuff is sheetrocked in. And look here, behind me, it's a brand new window. And I got another window right down over here. All this ready to go in. Now, I've done a lot of the demolition work already on this huge window behind me. If you look here behind me, you can see that I've knocked out the window. I've got my friend Charles helping with some of this stuff. And I made a not-so-shocking discovery. Remember I told you a while back that this house has sat vacant for a good 5 years. No one's lived in it at all. We are kind of out here in the country, out here on this acreage. Well, there's a lot of vermin. There's a lot of critters. And if you look down here, you can see all this mouse and rat droppings. Well, you say, well, where did that come from? That came from up inside the windowsill out over in the eaves area. So when I take this little plank here and I go and I try to clear this out, because obviously I'm going to get all this crap out of the wall if I can before I put the new window in. So I pull this out of here and you can see that just tons and tons of this stuff is coming down from the old rat nestings that were in the eaves of this house. Now fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on your point of view, I found a really big nest up in here. You can see all of this, like this right here. Look at this, just tons of mud dauber, all of these things just living inside the wall here. Here's another one here, right there. See, they just up inside there. It's very dusty. You can see it's just nothing but a bunch of this junk up in here. And there's a huge one way up in there, which this one way back up in here, which I'm going to get out too. I'm going to use my pry bar to get that out. It's an old house, but it's going to be a really, really cool house when I'm done with it. It's just a ton of work, and I'm going to show you how this window looks a little bit later on once I have it in. I have windows in two of the other rooms already done. I've already gone through this process, but I thought this might be worth showing you just exactly the kind of grit and dirt and grime that I'm dealing with. And quite honestly, being that it was my father's old place, it's going to be very satisfying to see it put back to an original state. Actually better than original. All new, circa 2013 updates. It's going to be really cool. Here's what I've been doing. I'm pretty dirty because I've been reframing virtually every window in this house. Now if you walk over here with me, you can see in the place of the old windows, where all these old wooden ones with the old weights in the middle and all that, because this house was built in the 50s, I've now put in the double pane argon gas double hung windows in the place where the old ones were. All that wood framing, all that stuff is coming out. And on some places in this house, there's actually some really cool windows, but unfortunately, they're terribly inefficient. I'm talking about these old metal casing windows. See the grills in there? These things are cool. I mean, they're really cool. They got the handles on them and everything, and they open and all that kind of stuff. But the problem with those are they're terribly inefficient, and they would leak all kinds of cold air through. And so now I've gone back and put a slider in its place. You can see that. It's also double pane, low E argon gas, whatever it is they make it, super efficient. So that's the windows. I've got one more huge window here that I have to completely put the new double hung. You can see it sitting inside there. All this mess is going to get cleaned up. Next time you see me, this is going to be a brand new window, and the house is going to really start to take shape. I can't wait to get paint on this house and really make it pop. It's going to be great. I'll talk to you soon.